Senor Rivera, would you rather quit drinking and keep your job or quit your job and win a lifetime supply of booze? Can I have both? Sir, you are one fast talker and a smooth one as well. Jaime, why did you ask that question? You know what's going to happen in the comments. I know. That's right, it's that time of the week. I am Jaime Rivera. This is Pocket Now, and this is the Pocketnow Daily Recap for last week. So on Monday, I asked you, what did you think about Sony's strategy finally reaching the United States as the Xperia Z3 is now on Verizon and T-Mobile? You get the Z3 Compact and Tablet Compact in the US Sony retail store. We have 262 comments, out of which Danny Ortiz says, finally, Sony woke up and realized that they would make more money bringing their phones to America. Now I'm thinking, because I wanted the Moto X 2014, but now that the Z3 is coming to T-Mobile, I might go for that. And the Z3 is probably one of our favorite phones this year in our review. Watch Tony's review. It is up to the point, good in every way. The Z3 is everything you would want in a flagship. Almost everything, but then again, that is my personal opinion, and it seems to be yours as well. And Mega Proton says, I'll get the Sony. They make the best looking waterproof phone in the market. Amen. You are right, they do. Then Renato Laporta says, now Sony has to make a deal with AT&T. Only Verizon is not enough. Nobody cares about T-Mobile, I was told. And but you are kind of right. AT&T is a big deal if Sony wants to land customers. And sadly, the last Sony phone we saw on AT&T was the Icon, the Ion. Yeah, the Ion, so many years ago. It's crazy. Then on Tuesday, I asked you if you were looking out for the Nexus 6 or the Nexus 9. Back then, these products were not announced yet. And we had found the first leaked renders. We have 364 comments, out of which David Thomas says, I'm pumped for the 5.9-inch screen. Bigger is better. Good for you, dude. That's not the case for everybody, though. Then Coda says, I just hope the Nexus 6 is not stupidly 5.9-inch, because not everyone wants an effing phablet. And see, here's the point. Not everybody wants a huge phone. The Nexus 6 is honestly a beautiful smartphone now that we see it, and they do a great job with the bezels up to the point of not making 5.9 inches feel huge, but yeah, this phone is huge. The Natrogen says, the biggest question is, what will the Nexus 6 price be? How much did Nexus 5 cost when it was announced last year? Last year, the Nexus 5 was announced for $350, close to $400 once you add the taxes, and the Nexus 6 is a crazy $600, 600 and something dollars. Yeah, it is more expensive, but then again, you are getting a more premium phone with the Nexus 6 than you were getting with the Nexus 5 last year. A lot of quirks with the Nexus 5, but then again, wait for our review of the Nexus 6, and we'll keep you posted if it's really worth this amount of money. On Wednesday, I asked you if you were getting either Nexus product, be it the Nexus 6, Nexus 9, or the Nexus Player for this holiday season, as the company had just unveiled it in a very silent and disappointing way. We have 1,222 comments. Thanks a lot, guys. Out of which Balil says, Nexus 9, definitely Nexus 9. Who wouldn't buy it? I'm not going to buy it, sadly. 32 gigs is too little storage, non-expandable. It's a gorgeous tablet, don't get me wrong. I really love what I see, but I need more storage. At least, you know, the option for that. That's something that I feel that Google missed. And FCB Flesto says, I still don't get why Google doesn't advertise the Nexus lineup like HTC, Samsung, or Apple. Yes, I do not get it either. How could it be that these are the best Android products you could buy right now? At least in the opinion of some, and they are terribly advertised. There was no event. I feel that Google is downplaying its own products, and that's not really a good idea. Then Joshua Kelly says, 6 effing inches, good God, Google, why? And I'm not gonna pull in the that's what she said jokes, but hey, there is the option for the Nexus 5 still. Then on Thursday, I asked you if you're getting either of Apple's new tablets that were just announced, be it the iPad Air 2 or the iPad Mini 3 that were just unveiled. We have 386 comments, out of which Daniel D says, I will upgrade my iPad 2 with a Galaxy Tab S. Sorry, Apple, but it just got too boring. Upgrading to a Galaxy Tab S is not really upgrading, dude. There is the Nexus 9. There are so many great tablets out there, except Galaxy tablets. Sorry to not agree with you. And Miguel Ferreira says, I will keep my iPad Air for more than 1 or 2 years. The Nexus 9, it's also goodbye for the Android ecosystem, and you're right. I'm keeping my iPad Air for another year unless I'm able to sell it. I made the mistake of buying the 32 gig model, and I learned that I can't survive with it. I do need a 64 gig tablet, which is the the reason why I would upgrade to the iPad Air 2, but only if I'm able to sell this one, because otherwise it's pretty much the same thing. And Vinay says, Apple could have done better, and dude, I think the whole world agrees with you. And that's the reason why the tablet market is so stagnant lately. And finally on Friday, since it pretty much was tablet week and everybody was asking me on Twitter, Nexus 9 or any of the new iPads, then I asked you this question as well. Which one would you pick as pre-orders had begun? We have 735 comments, thanks a lot guys, out of which Jessica says, I would go with the Nexus 9 because to me the iPads just seem to implement features from the iPhone and nothing really exclusive. Android tablets do the same thing. I don't see the difference. These are just bigger smartphones. And in the case of Android tablets, it's the same deal. And Patrick Kemp says, definitely the iPad Air 2. My iPad 2 from 2011 has yet to disappoint. And I do agree with you. There is a reason. I've gone through the Nexus 7. I've gotten previous tablets. Like, for example, I got the original Motorola Zoom at some point, and I had so much expectations for Android tablets, and I ended up being very disappointed. In the case of Apple tablets, the iPad hasn't really disappointed me. Sure, I want more, but so far, this is probably like the better choice, not necessarily the best one, at least for my needs. And finally, Varun says, tough one? There is nothing better than the Nexus 9, and I would so agree with you if there was expandable storage. I have no clue why Google's reluctance to adopt this technology when it used to be part of the Nexus lineup before the Galaxy Nexus. But anyways, that's my opinion. I'm sure you have yours. That's it for the Pocketnow Daily Recap. Thank you very much for watching. A couple of tips if you want your comments to be featured. Number 1, keep them short. Number 2, stick to the point. Number 3, try to get some thumbs up. It helps us spot them a lot easier. You can also follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you in 2 weeks as I will be in Singapore at the Oppo event.